Hi, I'm Matthew Humphreys, award-winning vocal coach and Director of Development at 360 Artist Development, where I've developed artists to the point of record deals and working with Grammy award-winning producers, including Quincy Jones. Today's Tuesday Top Tip is going to be talking about the 6 mistakes that artists make when they go for auditions. Mistake number 1 is that you choose a song that's too popular. Now, there are often songs out there which everyone wants to sing. And it's only natural that those are the ones that you feel would be best suited to your voice and are modern and show that you are versatile or show that you are with the times singing those particular songs. However, they're not necessarily the best ones to choose for auditions for a number of reasons. First of all, if the judging panel has heard the same song over and over and over again, then by the time it gets to the end of the day, they are bored of hearing that song. And therefore, you won't be showing yourself off in the best light, even if you have a great voice, because of the song choice that you've chosen. It's only human nature. Secondly, by choosing a song that's very popular, you open yourself up to being compared to somebody else who sang that same song. If you choose a song that's slightly different, you won't have that comparison ability in the judges, and you will therefore be judged purely on your own merits. Whereas if you have 5 people singing the same song, you're then able to whittle that down by going, well, that one person sung that song best, and that might put you at a great disadvantage in an audition. Point number 2, or mistake number 2 that people make, is that they don't research the judges. People will often turn up at an audition without even knowing who it is that's actually auditioning them. And that's a mistake because by looking at who the judging panel is made up of, you can really hone in which song you want to sing, because everybody likes different types of music, and particularly if they are judges who work in the music industry or you know that they work with certain types of artists, you can actually choose the sort of song which is most likely to resonate with the majority of the judging panel. And that may then give you an advantage, because if they like the song that they're hearing and they like your voice, then that's a double bonus. Point number 3 that people make a mistake on is that they practice the song massively, but they don't practice the talk. Talking and speaking to people during an audition is just as important because it makes that first impression. You turn up on the stage, and what do? Are you going to stand there and wait to sing your song, or are you going to say something? Are you going to talk to the audience if there's an audience there, or not? If you want to speak at an audition, you should practice what you're going to say, because when nerves take over, it's a good idea to have something in the bag that you can just pull out. You know a certain phrase you're going to say, you know something that will get you started off, and that will really help relax you into the audition, and it will also make the judges feel better as well because they can relax with you too. The next mistake that people make is not showing their personality. Even the most extrovert of artists can come on stage and look like they're really shy. And because it's because of nerves, and that's completely natural. But it's really important to try and work through that and try and find a way to bring out your natural personality. Equally, the opposite counts too. Don't go out there being all extrovert if that's not you, unless that's something particular to your stage act. Make sure that you try and show your genuine self, because authenticity wins every time. We like people who are authentic and people who are obviously great at singing. So make sure that you show your personality. Another mistake that artists make is that they don't give any eye contact. Now, this is clearly a turn-off. When we talk to each other, we use eye contact often in order to keep people's attention and keep people's focus on us, or to show that we are paying attention to them. When you're doing an audition, you don't want to be staring the judges out because that's very uncomfortable. But you do want to make regular eye contact with the judges if they're looking up at you, because that will keep them connected with you, and it will also give you that human connection that they then feel this is a real person doing this audition. If you don't give any kind of eye contact and they're able to just look at their paper the whole time, there's zero connection, and therefore you haven't made that emotional connection between the two people, which can give you an advantage in the audition. The 6th mistake that artists make when they go for auditions is that they miss out on all the networking. The music industry is about who you know in certain ways, and there are many connections that can be made by other musicians, other singers, producers, songwriters, session musicians, and whoever else might be involved in music, where you can then get a leg up into the industry and you can help each other out. So many times at auditions, I've seen singers sit in their own circle by themselves or with their family group, and they don't even speak to anybody else in the room. Well, how do you know who else is sat in that room? The next number one star might be sat in that room, and if you were to make a connection with them, you might one day collaborate with them, and then that might then lift your career, or vice versa, because it's about helping each other out. So if you're going to an audition, network, network, network. Get people's details, hand out your own cards. Be there in the moment, in the room, and don't be hidden away in the corner. And the final mistake that people make with auditions is that they don't ask for feedback. You might fail an audition, you might get the news that, sorry, on this occasion you haven't been successful. How often have you then followed up with them and said, thank you very much for that, could you please give me feedback on what I could do better? So simple. They can turn around and say, I'm sorry, we don't give feedback. Fine. But what if they do? What if they could tell you what it is that you did wrong or what you could do better? That's gold, because you can then take that information and use it in your next audition to hopefully be successful in the next one. That's today's Tuesday Top Tip. Please subscribe to watch more Tuesday Top Tips, and I'd love to see you in the next video.